Have you ever felt as though you were born carrying wisdom that doesn't belong to your age? As if centuries of life had been etched into your heart, even though the calendar tells a different story? For some women, this isn't just an odd feeling. It is their lived reality, a profound sense of depth, belonging to something older, eternal, and far greater than the modern world's distractions. Carl Jung, one of the greatest explorers of the human psyche, hinted at the existence of such women. He called them carriers of a rare soul, the old soul woman. To be an old soul woman is to walk through life with eyes that see more, a heart that feels deeper, and a spirit that cannot settle for the shallow. Yet this blessing is not without its burdens. Such women often feel misunderstood, lonely, or even alien, and yet within them lies a hidden destiny to awaken others, to heal, to bring wisdom when the world needs it most. In this exploration, we will uncover the 6 hidden marks of the old soul woman, as described through Jung's lens and the timeless archetypes he studied. Each mark reveals both a shadow and a gift, both a wound and a transformation. Together, they paint a portrait of a woman whose existence is not an accident, but a vital thread in humanity's tapestry. 1. The gift of depth and its curse. From the outside, the old soul woman may appear quiet, even ordinary. She might not be the loudest voice in the room, nor the one chasing attention. But beneath her calm exterior lies an ocean. Her mind and heart are layered with depth. She feels more than others feel. She perceives meanings in places others overlook. She is touched by beauty, tragedy, and mystery with an intensity that startles those around her. This depth is a profound gift. It makes her alive to the invisible currents of life. She notices subtleties in relationships, patterns in experiences, and truths that elude most. Jung described this as part of individuation, the soul's journey to become its true self. For the old soul woman, this journey begins early through her sensitivity. Yet depth is a double-edged sword. To feel so much is to risk drowning in emotion. While others skim the surface of life, she is plunged into its darkest depths. She may be accused of being too sensitive or too intense. At times, she may even wish she could be less affected, less shaken by the world's harshness. But what others call weakness is, in reality, a form of awakening. Her depth allows her to transform pain into understanding and sorrow into healing. When she learns to embrace this gift, she becomes a kind of healer. She can sit with another's grief without flinching. She can see meaning where others see only loss. Her depth, though heavy, is also her alchemy. 2. Eyes that see through illusions. Depth naturally leads to vision. The second mark of the old soul woman is her uncanny ability to see through illusions. She notices cracks in people's masks, the hidden motives beneath polished words, and the subtle inconsistencies that betray unspoken truths. Her intuition pierces through the filters that most of society relies on. This gift can be unsettling. People often feel exposed around her, as though she can read what lies beneath their practiced smiles. Some admire her insight, while others retreat, uncomfortable with being seen so clearly. At times, she may be accused of paranoia, cynicism, or overanalyzing. But the truth is simpler. She sees reality as it is, not as others wish it to be. Jung would call this capacity a form of psychic intuition, a sharpened perception that connects the conscious mind to deeper layers of the psyche and even the collective unconscious. In mythology, such women often embody the seer archetype, the visionary who reveals truths others prefer to ignore. Her transformation comes when she learns to honor this gift, not hide it. Though it costs her friendships or even love, her clarity becomes a beacon. People may resist her honesty at first, but in their darkest moments, they return to her seeking the truth they know she can reveal. 3. A heart that loves with ancient intensity. The third mark of the old soul woman lies in her capacity to love. For her, love is never shallow, never casual. She does not know how to love halfway. When she gives her heart, she does so with a fire that feels larger than life itself, as though her love carries the weight of lifetimes. This kind of love can be both awe-inspiring and frightening. In a world where romance is often reduced to flings, convenience, or performance, her love feels sacred. It demands reciprocity, depth, and courage. For some, this is too much. They may retreat from her intensity, choosing the safety of shallow waters rather than risk drowning in her ocean. Here lies her shadow. When her love is not returned with equal depth, she suffers deeply. She may feel broken, misunderstood, or even unworthy. Yet Jung believed that such intensity reflects the soul's longing for eros, not merely physical attraction, but the drive for union, wholeness, and transcendence. When her love is embraced, it becomes healing. She awakens others to intimacy they never knew was possible. Her love elevates, inspires, and transforms. But when rejected, she retreats, not into bitterness, but into solitude, where another mark begins to emerge. 4. The weight of solitude. Solitude is both her refuge and her challenge. The old soul woman is often drained by crowds, exhausted by small talk, and weary of superficial interactions. She longs for meaningful connection, but when such connection is absent, she chooses solitude over compromise. This solitude can feel heavy. Over time, it may tip into isolation. She may feel forgotten, invisible, or like an outcast. Jung warned that while solitude is essential for individuation, too much of it can be dangerous if it severs one from life entirely. And yet, solitude also shapes her. In silence, she hears her own soul. In loneliness, she discovers creativity and insights that the noise of the world cannot offer. Great art, spiritual depth, and personal clarity are often born from such solitude. It is not emptiness, but a crucible, a sacred container where her transformation deepens. In this quiet crucible, another mark reveals itself, one forged not by choice, but by trial. 5. The call of destiny. The wounded healer. For many old soul women, life is not gentle. Their paths are marked by tests, early wounds, heartbreaks, betrayals, or devastating losses. It can seem as if fate places them in fire again and again, shaping them through suffering. Why does life test her so harshly? At times it may feel like cruelty, an endless punishment, but Jung offered another interpretation: initiation. The trials are not meaningless. They are the chisels that carve her soul into its true form. She is being forged into the archetype of the wounded healer, one who, through her own scars, becomes medicine for others. This is perhaps the most painful of all her marks, but also the most transformative. Through suffering, she gains empathy that cannot be faked, wisdom that cannot be taught in books, and strength that can only come from surviving. Her pain becomes her offering. Her wounds become her compass, guiding her to help others navigate darkness. When she accepts this destiny, she steps into her role as a guide, mentor, or healer. But even this is not the final stage. One mark remains, the rarest and most haunting of all. 6. The hidden prophetic voice. Deep within, the old soul woman feels a tension. Part of her longs for simplicity, to blend into the ordinary rhythm of life, to avoid the weight of standing out. But another part, the truest part, knows she carries a higher calling. Jung described this as the emergence of the Thema archetype, a feminine force of wisdom, vision, and intuition that reshapes culture itself. The old soul woman is not here merely to live a private life. She is here to awaken others. Her voice, however, is often hidden. Fear holds her back. She doubts herself, silences herself, or buries her calling under routine. Yet the call never fades. And when she finally surrenders to it, through speaking, writing, creating, or healing, something extraordinary happens. Her voice carries a resonance beyond her own lifetime. It awakens something ancient in others, something they cannot always name but deeply feel. This is her destiny, to become not just an individual, but a vessel. Through her words, presence, or art, she channels wisdom that belongs to all humanity. Her prophetic voice is the culmination of her journey, the revelation that she is not here by accident, but for a timeless purpose. The sacred burden of the old soul woman. To carry these marks is no small task. It means walking a path of loneliness, heartbreak, and doubt. It means being misunderstood, feared, or even rejected. But it also means being chosen to carry wisdom when the world most needs it. Jung believed that women of this kind appear in history at crucial moments, times when humanity requires healing, depth, and vision. They are not accidents, nor are they too much. They are gifts, though often unrecognized ones. The old soul woman's life is both curse and blessing. It is loneliness, but also profound connection. It is heartbreak, but also transformation. It is burden, but also destiny. Her true power emerges not when she hides her marks, but when she embraces them fully. When she allows her depth, her vision, her love, her solitude, her wounds, and her voice to shine.